Complete exoneration of our top corporate cop, the chairman of ASIC, James Shipton, is a massive slap in the face for our Australian government. Indeed, raises significant questions about whether in the future our public service can attract and indeed hire the very best people to senior positions. In this particular case, James Shipton was given an allowance somewhere between $350,000 and $500,000 to move back to Australia. It turned out he spent around $250,000, of which there was around $118,000 in tax advice he received. He's repaid that money to the government and will not claim it back. But in the meantime, when Australia really needs to have a top corporate cop on the beat, for the past few months we haven't had one. This is, of course, a period when the government is trying to actually make sort of action coming off the back of the Banking Royal Commission. And there's been so many other issues that are so key right now in the pandemic. Anyway, the Treasurer today did give the reasons as to why James Shipton has been exonerated and why now, short term at least, he'll take back his job.
In the light of the outcomes of the review, Mr Shipton will return to his role. But Mr Shipton and I have agreed that it is in the best interests of ASIC that he will step down as the chairperson of ASIC in the coming months. But we believe that it's time for a fresh start at ASIC, and a fresh start will begin with the search for a new chairperson.
But Australia ultimately still needs a new top cop for our corporations. James Shipton will leave within a matter of months. The government's now got to go through the selection process for a new boss of ASIC. The problem is it's also lost, as a result of this expenses scandal, its head of enforcement, Dan Crinnan, earlier. And it's likely now that Karen Chester, the deputy chair, will not get this job either. The big question is who will lead ASIC into the future, who will take action against our financial institutions in the wake of the Royal Commission, and indeed who's going to provide the fright to corporations in the future to recognise that there is a cop on the beat that will chase them if they do